Okay students, now we are going to start exercise number 3.2. Okay, now what is the basic instruction of this exercise? The basic instruction is here. I hope you can see it. From the pair of linear equation in the following problem and find their solutions graphically. It means we should find the solution of this equation by the help of graph. Okay, so first we will form the pair or linear pair. See, now what is the first question? 10 students of class 10 took part in the mathematics quiz. There are total 10 students who take part in mathematics quiz. If the number of girl is 4 more than number of boys, it means we can say number of girl is more than number of boys. Okay, find the number of boys and number of girls who took part in the quiz. Now we need to find how many boys are there and how many girls are there, number of boys and number of girls. So we have supposed here that suppose the number of boys are x, number of girls are y. Okay, now we already know that there are total 10 students who take part in this quiz. So we can say that total number means total of this x plus y become 10, and the other detail is number of girls is 4 more than number of boys. Now if I write x and y here, okay, now we know that y is number of girl which is more than number of boys. It means number of boys are less. We already know that whenever we want to write here equal, okay, and we are going to add 4 because girls are 4 more. Okay, so to do more we need to add, and we have already discussed this that whenever we are going to add something or multiplying something, it will increase the value. Okay, and so we are willing to balance both the sides, so we will add something which is already lesser, so we can balance them. Okay, so here number of boys are lesser, that is why we will add 4 in the number of boys, so then this equation becomes equal. Okay, so now we have two equations, x plus y equal to 10 and x plus 4 equal to y. We can rewrite this equation as y minus x. If I take plus x here, it will become minus x. So y minus x equal to 4. We can write also that, but we can take x plus 4 equal to y also. Okay, it does not matter which equation we are taking. Both meaning of both the equations are same. Okay, now how to draw the graph? See, they are linear equations. It means the graph will be a straight line. To form a straight line, we need to have minimum 2 points. Okay, so that is how we can take different points. See, here we have x plus y equal to 10. See, x and y is here. What they have done, they have put value of x. They have supposed that suppose the x value of x is 5. Put x 5 here in x plus y equal to 10. Put 5. Okay, so it will be something like that. See, I have already put here 5. Okay, but I have already taken different points also. So put in this equation, put x equal to 5. So it will equation becomes 5 plus y equal to 10. Okay, now take 5 in right side. So 10 minus 5 becomes 5. So if x is 5, y is 5. So we have written x is 5, so y is 5. That is how points are made. Okay, then they put x equal to 4 and get y equals to 6. X equals to 6, then y equal to 4. Okay, and remind one thing, we have taken number of boys as x and number of girls as y. Here they have taken, let's say this is, let the number of girls is x and number of boys is y. See, okay, so they are going as per number of girls as x and number of boys as y. That is the difference, otherwise there is no difference. Okay, that is why we have equation this if I convert this, we will write it like this, y minus x. Okay, so we get y minus x and they get x minus y. That is the difference. Okay, so to match them up, let us change this. Okay, number of boys is y and number of girls is x. Let's take the equal. Okay, so it cannot create confusion. Now that is how you can make a graph. See here how they made this graph. Okay, simply they made this graph by simply putting these points. See, points are 5 5 4 6 and 6 4. So first point is x5, then y5. See here, that is the point, x5 y5. Okay, then after they have x6 y4, so x6 y4, then x4 y6. Okay, by joining these points you will get a straight line. Okay, same as by taking this equation. Okay, they do the same thing here. They assume one value of x. First keep in mind that you can assume any value positive. Mostly you think positive values because the number of boys and number of girls cannot be negative. Okay, so you assume. Otherwise you can take, because it will give you just a point to draw a line. Okay, so you can take it, but mostly take positive because we know that answer will be positive. Okay, so that is okay, so that is the process. See, they put x equal to 5. If I put x equal to 5 here, okay, x equal to 5 here, 4 becomes minus 4, so 5 minus 4 becomes 1. Okay, that is how they take 3 points, 5 1 4 0 and 3 n minus 1. Okay, so in same graph they put x5 y1, that is 1 point. Okay, here they have second point and here is the third point 4 0. They draw a line from that, and the intersection point is the solution. See, there is one intersection point, that is the solution of this equation, and the solution is, if I go in downside it is 7, if I go in left side it is 3, so answer is 7 3. Okay, so by the help of graph, by having the intersection point, we can have the answer of that problem. Okay, so that is how graphically we can solve it. That is the method. Okay, now the second question is, I am giving it to you in homework. Just pause the video and note down the question. Okay, now the second question is, on comparing the a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2 ratios, find out lines are meeting at one point. A point means at one point, or they are parallel, or they are overlapping. Okay, overlapping means like this. Okay, and now we have question here. Okay, now what is a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 is just a coefficient of x, y and c, constant term respectively. Okay, this is a1, this is a2, this is c1. Sorry, this is a1 b1 c1, this is a2 b2 c2. Okay, now if we have we want to have a1 upon a2, okay, then ratio is 5 upon 7. Okay, ratio is 5 upon 7. If I take b1 upon b2, that is minus 4 upon 6, minus 4 upon 6, that is minus 2 by 3. Now we can say a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are not equal. See, 5 upon 7 and minus 2 upon 3 are not equal. So whenever we have something, we have two linear equations in two variables where a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are not equal, we can say that these lines are intersecting at one point, just like this line. Okay, just like this line. We have shown in the graph that they are intersecting at one point. This type of line is this. Okay, they are intersecting at one point, so so that they will have one solution. Okay, now the second one, take the ratio of a1 upon a2, that is 9 upon 18, 1 by 2, b1 upon b2, 3 upon 6, that is 1 by 2, and 12 upon 24, that is again 1 by 2. So whenever we have a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2 all are equal, we can say the lines are overlapping. This type of line, okay, overlapping. This type of lines are already also known as coincident lines, okay. That is another word for that, overlapping or coincident, meaning are same, okay. And the third condition is here. See, if I take the ratio of 6 upon 2, that is 3. If I take ratio of minus 3, and here we have nothing, so we can take minus 1. Sign, we also take sign, positive or negative, okay. So minus minus got cut, and 3 divided by 1, that is 3, okay. c1 upon c2 constant term, that is 10 upon 9. So we have a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are equal, but c1 upon c2 is not equal, okay. Whenever we have this type of condition, when a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2 but it is not equal to c1 upon c2, then the lines are parallel, okay. These lines are parallel, okay. So you should always keep it in mind that whenever a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, lines are intersecting at one point, they have only one solution. Whenever we have a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2 equal to c1 upon c2, all are equal, the lines are overlapping, it means their lines are coincident, it means they have infinitely many solutions, okay. And in equation number 3, this type of equation, whenever we have a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2 but it is not equal to c1 upon c2, then lines are parallel, so that lines never intersect with each other. That is why we can say they have no solution, zero solution, okay, no solution. Question number 3, on comparing the same question is here, a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2 ratios, find whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent, okay. The question is slightly different. Now we need to find they are consistent or inconsistent. So what is the meaning of consistent and inconsistent? See, whenever we get two lines which have at least one solution, it may be it may contain more than one solution, okay. If it contains at least one solution, then we can say the lines are consistent, and if it does not have any solution, it means they are parallel. If lines are parallel, they don't have any solution, in this condition we can say it is inconsistent, okay. So whenever lines will be consistent when they are not parallel, okay. Whenever they are inconsistent, okay, where the lines will be inconsistent, whenever the lines are parallel, it is inconsistent, okay. See, if I take ratio of a1 upon a2 3 by 2, b1 upon b2 minus 2 by 3, now we know that if a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, okay, we doesn't need to check c1 upon c2 if these are not equal, okay. So in this condition we know that their lines are intersecting at one point, it means it will have one solution. That is why the line is consistent, okay, because it is having one solution. Now the second question is, see the question, if I take a ratio, then ratio is 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2. Here we have minus 3 upon minus 6, that is 1 by 2 again, and 8 by 9. So we have a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2, but it is not equal to c1 upon c2, okay. The answers are different, okay. In this condition lines are parallel. If lines are parallel, it will never intersect each other, so that they will not have any solution. That is why we can say no solution, and the answer is inconsistent, okay. Third question I will give you in homework. I will show you the question. We are solving here the fourth question. See, here is the equation. If I take ratio of a1 upon a2, that is 5 upon minus 10, that is minus 1 by 2, b1 upon b2 minus 3 upon 6, again it is minus 1 by 2, and 11 upon minus 22, that is again minus 1 by 2. You should always keep in mind that if constant term is here in right side, here constant term is also in right side. It cannot be possible that in one equation it is in right side and one equation it is in left side, okay. You can either take it on left side both, or you should take it on right side both, okay. You just keep in mind this thing. So here we have all the ratios are same, a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2 equal to c1 upon c2. That is why the lines are consistent, because they are coinciding, okay. They will have infinitely many solutions, this type of lines, okay. Question number 4, x plus y equal to 5, 2x plus 2y equal to 10. They have the same question, lines are consistent or not. See here, ratio of x, coefficient of x will be 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Here we also have 1 by 2, and here 5 divided by 10 is again 1 by 2. So we know that whenever all the ratios are same, the lines are lines are consistent because they are coincide. Coincident, that is why they are coincident. See the second question, same, x minus y equal to 8, 3x minus 3y equal to 16. Okay, now if I take the ratio of 1 and 3, okay, that is 1 by 3. Again here it have minus 1, here it have minus 3. Again minus got cut and answer is 1 by 3. And constant term 8 here and constant term 16. So 8 upon 16 becomes 1 by 2, 8 2 is 16. Okay, so we can say a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2, but it is not equal to c1 upon c2. In these conditions, lines are parallel. When lines are parallel, they don't have any solution. That is why it is inconsistent. Third question is 2x plus y minus 6 equal to 0 and 4x minus 2y minus 4 equal to 0. Now I am giving these two questions for homework. Try yourself. Okay, now that is the fifth question. See, half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 meter more than its width. Okay, what is the question? Half the perimeter of rectangular. There is a rectangular garden whose half perimeter whose length is 4 meter more than its width. Okay, and 36 meter is what? It is its half perimeter. So half perimeter is given as 36. Okay, so we can write it like this. Suppose length is y meter and width is x meter. In this case, half of perimeter means perimeter divided by 2, it is given as 36 meter. Okay, now what is the formula of perimeter for rectangle? That is 2 times length plus breadth. Okay, equals to 36. If 2 get cut, x plus y becomes 36. Now what is the second thing? Length is 4 meter more than width. So we have taken here length and width. Length and width. Length is 4 meter more. It means this is bigger and this is lesser. So whenever we are going to add it, we will add it in lesser things. So lesser thing is x. So we add 4 here. Okay, so that they become equal. Now if I take x in left side, it becomes y minus x equal to 4. Now it is not instructed here to find the solution graphically, but still it is the exercise in which we are having all the solutions graphically. So I will show you how to solve it graphically. I hope you can see it. Okay, these are the two equations, y minus x equal to 4 and y plus x or x plus y, both are same, is equal to 36. That is our two equations. Okay, as discussed earlier, they will take randomly any value of x, they will put the value in the equation and they will have the value of y. That is how they take 2 or 3 values in both conditions. Okay, by taking these values, suppose the first value is x0 and y4. Okay, so x0 y4, that is the point 04. Okay, second is 8 and 12, x8 and y12. See here, in between 4 and 12 it will have 8, and here it will have 4, 8 and 12. So that is the point 8 and 12. Third point is 12 and 16. So they take 12 and 16. Okay, they just join the points by scale and they will have a line. Same as for the second equation, they take x equal to 4, y becomes 36. If they take y equal to 0, they will have x equal to 36. Okay, so by putting these points here, they will join a line. So see, if you can see, at this point they are intersecting each other. Okay, and the point where they intersecting each other is the solution of that equation. So if I zoom it, and it will be intersected at this point. Okay, so at this point x is 16, and at this point y is 20. So the intersection point is 16 and 20. So value of x is 16 and value of y is 20. Now what is x? What is the value of x? X is width. So we can say width is 16. Width is 16 and length is 20. So that is how, by the help of graph, we can have solution of that problem. Okay, this is enough for today. We will discuss another question in next class.